Welcome to Hops News, the trusted source in beer culture news. Here's your host, Jay Brew, with special guests, the Hoppy Mommy, Lucky, and Mash.
Hey, welcome to another episode. I think we've got a good one lined up for you guys tonight. I think you'll enjoy it. I know one thing, I enjoyed it when I read through our agenda to see what everybody was putting in there. So I'm looking forward to the discussions that are going to follow here. Controversial beer opinions. We all have got them. We all live by them. We've all heard them. I'm sure probably some of us have heard more than others, but we definitely all have them. I know I've got a couple of myself that I will definitely mention, but it's going to be a good topic. Looking forward to hearing yours. If you have one, go ahead and drop it in the chat there in Facebook, and if you're on Facebook, join us. I've got a couple of polls queued up off of the answers on our agenda tonight that I hope, if I remember, I'll feed them to the audience so they can be a part of as well. So looking forward to hearing the answers and seeing what these guys, the crew, has to say tonight about their controversial beer opinions. I'm sure there's a couple within the Facebook audience as well. So go ahead and drop those in the Facebook chat. And if I get a chance and if I remember, maybe I'll read them. If not, one of the other guys on this side of the mic will probably remember and read some of them for you. So let us hear them. Let us know what they are. And tell us what you're drinking. One of mine, what I'm drinking, is going to be one of my controversial beer opinions. So kicked back with that one early. I opened that one, I'll be honest with you, about 45 minutes ago. So it's almost gone. I don't even have another one lined up. But we'll find something. Hey, don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. It's kind of funny because one of our recent guests kind of tipped his hand to that domestic beer industry as well. So I'm actually looking forward to having him back on and talking about it because I think it's an important subject that, I'll be very honest with you, most craft beer connoisseurs have no idea what those big breweries have done for the beer industry, and would like to talk to him a little bit more about it. But yeah, we'll get to that. Anyways, let's go check in with Hoppy. Hoppy down in Orlando. Hoppy, how are things in Orlando? Perfect timing.
Things are lovely down here. Yes, we just got back from the Keys this past weekend. I was actually at Cocoa Beach today, and I'm pouring myself a Spearfish Amber from Florida Keys Brewing. This is the beer I've talked about in the past that Dogfish sued or attempted or threatened to sue Florida Keys over because it used to be called Hogfish Amber. And if you're watching, you can see this is what an actual hogfish looks like, whereas a dogfish is actually a shark. So the two look nothing alike. So this is still the same exact beer, still pretty much the same exact label. It's just no longer called Hogfish because somebody might confuse that with Dogfish.
Sure.
Doubtful.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm drinking it in my Florida Keys glass. I did post a new video about where to find good beer in some of the breweries in the Keys. So that's up on our YouTube. And but I got my sweater on because I got a little too much sun today. So now this is my third beer today as well. So I'm ready for a nap.
Damn. Hoppy's going at it early, celebrating Hops News episode on a Wednesday.
You got to drink at the beach. It's required.
For sure. That's been some of my worst drunks ever, is at the beach because you're so damn thirsty. You just drink and drink and drink.
Yeah,
Beaches.
well, I was sharing them with my cousins, so we're spacing them out and chugging the water in between. And it gets so hot, you got to go in the ocean, and you can't bring your beer. It'll just be filled with salt water. So we spaced it out nicely.
Yeah, my wife's got a memory from the beach in St. Thomas with some, what were those fruity rum drinks? I can't remember what they were, but some rum drink, man, it was, she was hammered that day. It was pretty interesting.
Painkillers will do
Painkillers, that's what it was. Yeah, that was a rough day at the beach for the wife, for sure. But any day at the beach is better than no day at the beach, right? It's always a...
Yeah, there's no such thing as a bad day at the beach.
For sure. Sounds good, Hoppy. What's the gold bond index down there? Probably pretty balmy, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty balmy. I think yesterday we got up to 98.
Wow.
So,
fuck.
But yeah, I mean, it's not as hot as it is in Idaho, but ours is humidity. So, I mean, you do definitely sweat right away.
No doubt. I can't live with that. My hat's off to you and your husband for being able to put up with that.
I couldn't do the cold. I would freeze to death.
Speaking of cold, let's go check in with Brewich up there in Lake Bluff. How is the weather up in Lake Bluff, Illinois, Brew?
It's been pretty good. It's been a bit hotter, but like today, it's actually overcast. I wore pants today, which was actually a mistake. Like I was sweaty and out of control, but like it's still a bit colder, so it's a bit nicer right now. It's been really hot the last week though. Like it's been just sticky, that kind of heat. Otherwise, I had a really good week. I went to Chicago a few times. I went one day to the Art Institute, which I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Chicago Art Institute, but it's a great time. So I went there. I saw the Obama portraits. It was very fun. I took advantage of being downtown. I went to a few breweries before I went home. So I stopped by Empirical for one, as I always should. Had a great time there. I went to Half Acre, the guys that made that Bodum beer I sent you guys. I went there, and they have an excellent outdoor patio. So I actually went there in the morning for coffee, and then went back 4 hours later for a beer. So it worked out very well.
Nice.
Otherwise, laying low. I leave for Denver on Sunday, so I thought I had time to pack, but then I made plans to go to my dad's for 2 days before my flight. So now I suddenly have to get ready for tomorrow. So
literally everybody packs the night before you leave.
I can't do that. I'll leave everything under the sun. I have to genuinely plan it out. Otherwise, the most important things will be gone. And it's usually deodorant is the top thing I forget. So it needs I need to pack. So that's my big plans. Tonight I'm actually drinking something that Hoppy sent me the other week. I don't know if you can see it.
Sweet.
It's the current.
Oh, that's actually from Jay's neck of the woods, actually. But I did send it, but it's from North Carolina.
Oh yeah, North Carolina. Yeah, okay. So it's from Lookout Brewing, and I just opened it, and I feel like you guys need to see it. So it's a New England, and look how thick it is. It's genuinely a mango bomb, in my opinion. It's insane. It's very good though.
Nice.
So that's what I'm starting with. It's excellent. I'm very pleased with it.
Yeah, Jay, if you haven't been there, we actually stopped there in between Asheville and Boone. It was in a cute little brewery just right off the side of the road. And yeah, I thought the beer was so good, I brought some home.
Nice. What was the name of it? Lookout?
Yeah, Lookout Brewing.
Interesting. Haven't had that one yet, but I'll be on the lookout for it. Pun intended.
Very good. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm excited for today's topic. It turns out I have a lot of controversial beer opinions, so I was ready with them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to today.
Should be a good one. Thanks for joining us again there, Brew. Good to have you on the episode, and looking for some more work coming from you in the future on the website. Looking forward to those articles.
I know I said I'd have an article this week, and we'll see about that. It's 90% of the way done. I keep on looking at it and then immediately closing my computer and walking away.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. It's written. It's essentially written. So report back.
Nice.
Stay on me, dear readers. Make me do it.
Well, after I seen your notes, it was maybe.
Truly to be determined. I keep on thinking about it, and then it's I don't know, apply to a job, Annie. So then my priorities get
priorities are the worst.
Yeah. So I keep on being nah, later. So it's there.
Yeah. It'll get published at some point. We'll get a chance to read it soon. Thanks for joining us. Good to have you back on an episode. Let's go check in with MASH out there in Mountain Home, Idaho, the land of the Idaho potatoes. MASH, how's potato season coming? When is it?
Hey, what's up, guy? Potato season. It's always going. Listen here, buddy. It's always potato season out here, all right? Actually, I think it's next month. I don't know. I have no idea, but it's cucumbers.
Is that what Idaho?
That sounds like a Brooklyn accent.
No,
Very
it's actually Massachusetts, you uncultured son of bitches.
Jesus.
My God.
I thought maybe it was a Boston person trying to do an Idaho accent.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never heard a farmer sound like that.
It's cucumber season because I have cucumbers and peppers and carrots growing, and I picked my first cucumber yesterday. So call me Farmer. Thank you. I go by Farmer Matthias these days.
Sounded like a euphemism. You picked your first cucumber.
Nope, I picked a cucumber. It's great. I picked it. It's delicious. I got a lot of controversial beer opinions. One big one, I think one that's really going to rock the boat a little bit if, maybe somebody besides Lauren's mom decides to listen to us. But
bless her soul.
My dad's watching right now.
oh, look at that. There we
Out to
go.
like
Oh,
Hoppy's
yeah.
family.
Shout out to Hoppy's family because my mom does not watch. So
Yeah, same
Hey,
here.
that is a big thing. Definitely shout out to Hoppy's family because without them, we wouldn't have anybody listening or watching it.
Truly
Corey,
cheers to
Corey
them.
is here. Corey did say what's up. So what's up, Corey? Carrie is in Raleigh now. She's in Raleigh until Sunday, so she's gonna probably bring me back some beer from good old Raleigh. And particularly probably two of our guests that we've had in the past, Raleigh Brewing and Bombshell Brewing. So
Nice.
I'll have some good beer next week. I'll have something even better next week because I have a package on my way. But I'm drinking Trillium tonight, George's Island, part of their Haba series. It's Trillium. If you don't know where that is, it is Boston, Massachusetts. It's down there in Cambridge, Canton. I'm sorry, I said Cambridge. It's Canton is their other spot, but their main spot's down there in Boston near the Seaport District. It's nice and hazy. It's 7.1.
That's good.
It's pretty good. Trillium's always a really good one. Trillium
Oh, yeah.
is one of those like Treehouse and Trillium are probably like the two big ones that you got to get when you go to Massachusetts, even though they're all like far apart. So
Yeah, that's a good brewery. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I've never had a bad beer from those guys, and I've had
I have
several of
I
them.
think I have a couple more in my. I got this from a guy who I made friends with who lives in New Hampshire, and he's regularly doing runs. So we're gonna be setting some more beer trades once the heat dies down, because it was 118 degrees here not long ago.
Sure.
So, oh, by the way, I'm now, Lauren and I are. I've been adopted by your mom. She said she'll adopt me, so I got a family.
She just really likes your kids. She's using you.
That's true. You can take them. My kids have been straight up awful. Like, Lord
He
Jesus.
said that, and then when we met them, they were like the sweetest little perfect children ever.
They've been on some shit lately, and apparently the daycare that they go to has a COVID outbreak. So let's hope none
Oh,
of us get
no.
that.
All right.
Because I'm
Damn.
pouring at a beer fest next Saturday, so I'd rather not get that. I'm pouring, and then I'm representing Bottle Share / Hops News at a beer festival next Saturday. I'm gonna be handing a bunch of swag items out from Bottle Share, and then talking about the good word of Hops News.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, we got some sweet
Which-
keychains
oh,
now that
We
I
do.
just
We
got
have
from Matt.
sweet keychains. We got some sweet stickers.
Cool.
Nice.
I actually spoke to our mayor today, and I had the organizers of the beer fest that's going to be in town here, which is like a really big one, randomly hit me up and was like, "Hey, you have a beer podcast, right? We're gonna check it out." So
So the Mountain Home Idaho mayor's watching tonight too?
he might be. I chatted with him today. They gave me 6 free tokens on top of the 10 that I'm gonna get from pouring beer. So I'm gonna have 16 free tastings, and the beer fest takes place 2 miles from my house, so I can always walk home.
Wait, so the beer fest, you get tokens for tastings? It's not an all-you-can-drink event?
I don't know really how it works. I'll be honest. I haven't looked at it. I think like a ticket gets you so many. It's not. I don't know if it's an all you can drink, but there's a lot of breweries going, and I'm trying to get Woodland Empire to go. So they're our guests tonight on Geeks. So I might float that out there to them because he never responded. But I also don't want to be annoying.
That's interesting because I have heard. I wonder if that's so that people don't get completely trashed.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, 'cause
smart.
it's going from 11 to 9. So
Whoa.
Oh,
That's a long day.
shit.
I'm pouring for 2 hours out of it. So other than that, I'm gonna be walking around. Like Chris is sending me a box full of bottle share stuff. I'm gonna talk to some of the breweries, see about doing collaborations with Bottle Share with some of the breweries too. Since there's like 14 different breweries right now going all from Idaho. So I'm gonna be pimping them, and then I'm gonna pass out any stickers I have from us. Just like I'm giving those babies out like candy. So
Nice.
Yeah.
pimping us.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, beer fests are fun as long as you don't have to work the whole day.
No, God,
Yeah,
no. I
honestly.
volunteered for 2 hours because let's be honest, I'm trying to drink beer. And
Yeah, but
That's
even when
our
you're
boy.
drinking or even when you're pouring, you can still. I mean, I've only
Yeah.
poured at a couple of fests, but I was definitely drinking the whole time.
I'm gonna be
They
drinking
encourage
during
it.
the pour, and then I'm also gonna be. I got 16 tokens, so like that's 16 more pours on top of whatever I'm.
Yeah,
not
you got to
pouring.
work your way through that.
So, I gotta be careful at the end of the day because I still gotta remember how to get home. This town's small, but I gotta remember how to get home.
Sure. All right, let's get into our topic, our main topic for the evening: controversial beer opinions. So let's go around the horn here. Brewitch, you've got a couple I noticed you posted on the agenda tonight. Let's go with one of them. What's one of your controversial beer opinions?
I personally cannot stand barrel-aged beers. So, and I mean like aged in barrels that previously held spirits, because I don't really mind when it's just like oak aged or whatever. But when it has like a spirit barrel situation thrown onto it, I just can't stomach it.
So like whiskey barrel? No,
all of that, none. Like it's just
Bourbon
I'm just
barrel
tired
aged
of-
is the best.
I hate them. Like I can't
right.
drink them.
So we're gonna activate our
get
first
Brew
poll
off the
for
mic.
tonight.
Get her
We're gonna-
out of here.
We're all gonna get kicked off the show tonight.
Yeah, I think we're all gonna get pissed off tonight. But honestly, like I just can't do it, and I'm so tired of breweries being like, "It's our 10-year anniversary. We're gonna have a cool release," and then the day comes and it's like barrel aged, whatever, 12%, costs $1 million. Like, no, absolutely not. I'm so annoyed by it. I know this is like one of those ones because I feel like I talk to so many people and they like live and die for the barrel aged ones, and I just can't. I can't do it.
Honestly, you're making me want to open a barrel aged stout right now.
Yeah.
No, I got
Go
like bottles
away.
sitting here,
Just
I'm gonna
thinking
pop
about
them.
it.
I was gonna
No,
say
I
that
kind of
is-
want one. I love that pontoon brownie bash. I think.
Can I just okay? So when I was thinking about the controversial beer ideas, I was sitting there thinking, and I was like, "Wait, what did Hoppy and Mash just send me? Do not bash barrel-aged beers if they just sent you
No,
something."
you could look. You can send it because then we'll know if you be like, "Hey, I don't like this beer." That's fine with me. You don't have to like every beer. You know, that's how we can
No.
discover each other's tastes.
I went
I'm
and
not
checked
as-
every beer you guys sent me. I was like, "Don't piss them off. Be nice."
I'm
Don't
not
be
as
a dick.
quick
He's
to
like,
send
all the
those
beers that
solely
sucked.
because, well, they're glass, so I worry more so about
Yeah.
sending glass. So
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
we've got the poll
Bad
going in the
for
chat
effort.
or in the Facebook video feed. We've got a poll going. Barrel aged beers suck. Agree or disagree? We'll give it a couple
Team
more
Annie or
minutes and
Team
then we'll show the
Suckers,
results.
I can't do them, and like I don't know if we want to go into my second opinion because I feel like this is even more controversial.
Should we all start with
not,
one?
not yet.
Yeah.
Let's start with
We'll report
one.
back.
Yeah, let's not go to the second one yet. Let's let this one the poll get a few more answers. We'll display the results and then we'll move on to the next one. But I will say my vote is to disagree, and we'll show the results there now. Results are in.
Agree, sir.
The results are in. Barrel-aged beer sucks. 33% agreed and 67% disagreed. So
Who's
you're
the
definitely
33%, and why are they
Y'all
all
are
friends
dead
of
to me,
Brewitch?
but all right.
I think Brew voted.
She sent this out to all her friends. She's like, "You better vote for this. You better vote for this, or I'm breaking up with you, dude."
Yeah, honestly, like, cheers to that 33%. Like, one very low alcohol, non-barrel aged beer on me. Like, come
Do you
at me.
Do you like pastry stouts?
I'm actually fine with them because, like, I feel like they can be fun if you're in the mood. Like, I actually don't dislike them. I just want to drink them all the time.
So Brew's like a traditionalist. All right, we're
But that's
kinda-
the thing. Like, I do tend to veer towards the traditional things. It's just like, I feel like when it
Time she spent in
reaches,
Europe.
She spent. Yeah, I was about to say too much time spent in Germany. Jesus.
it's just when like the spirity taste comes in. Like,
So do you
I
not
hate
drink
it.
liquor? Period. Is that like?
I
that
do
also-
sometimes,
Huh.
but like I in my beer don't want it at all. Like
See, I-
so far not had a beer that is aged in a spirit barrel that I've liked, and I've
Hmm.
tried them because people
Maybe you
keep
should try
giving them to me.
a beer
They're like, "No, no, try
aged
this
in
one, try this one."
Casper, the Friendly Ghost barrels. Haha, because they're spirit barrels. No, anybody?
That went right over my head. That
Yeah,
was
that
really
took me a
big dad
while.
joke. Wow.
definitely a dad joke.
He's
Let's
just gonna
move
sit
on
there
to
and laugh
the.
at himself for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. Let's move on to Mash. Mash, what's one of your controversial beer opinions? You didn't put them in the agenda, so I don't have them to post a
My
poll
bad,
or
I
anything.
forgot.
But
I can I'll text you. I'm gonna go with one that everybody knows, and I'll text you my other one so you can put it in a poll for the next one. But obviously, my First one, we'll start soft, is that peppers don't belong in beer. Peppers
Is
do
this
not
why you
belong in
wanted
beer.
this topic?
Oh,
Just to pop up again?
shit.
Right.
Honestly.
Peppers don't belong in beer. That is definitely a piss poor beer opinion, in my opinion. I think they can do it right. There's obviously some breweries that kind of go overboard with it, right? That you just take a sip of the beer and it is overwhelming. But I think for the majority of them, they do it pretty well.
I like pepper beers.
No, peppers don't belong in beers. You know what? It's not changing my mind. It's not
Except
changing
for
my
when
mind.
they do.
Except for when they're great. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're never great.
Ooh, what's really good is a barrel-aged stout with peppers in it.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, go away.
Fantastic.
Disgusting. Please. And it's
Oh,
funny because
yes.
I'm growing peppers right now. I don't like peppers. I don't really like spicy things, but my chickens love them.
I love a good spicy barrel-aged stout. I had a really good one at Southern Swells a few months ago. It was fantastic.
Ew, gross. I
mean,
no. You don't. I don't drink a beer to be like, I'm on fire. It's Taco Tuesday.
I just love a spicy beer. Like when they make like the spicy lagers and then like that spicy stout thing that I'm sure Waka Base or whatever set it off. Like I was very into that.
Yeah.
Actually reminds me, Woodland Empire has a is it Macletta? What's that beer? With
I know what you're talking about.
No, they have
Nicolita
one.
something,
Yeah, they have one out right now, and I'm trying to get them to do our tasting next month, which that might be one of the beers. Oof.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna pour that one out and put water in it and really suck it down. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I would suffer in silence.
Brutal. My God.
Sure. Hoppy, let's move on to the next one because we didn't have a poll on that one, so we don't have to wait for too many results. Hoppy, what's your first controversial beer opinion?
Hard seltzer is not beer, and I wish breweries would stop pushing it on everybody. It tastes like glorified water or seltzer water. They can serve it. That's fine. You got to serve everybody. You got to, make everybody happy. You got to, appease all the customers. But when these beer Instagrammers are posting hard seltzer and doing #craft beer, it makes me angry.
Seltzer is not beer.
I'm iffy on that. Yeah.
Seltzer's not beer. I'll say it. Seltzer's not beer, in my opinion. I don't think it's not.
Maybe my opinion's not controversial.
Let's put this one out and see what let's activate this poll. Poll is up. Seltzer is not beer. If we're wording that poll the way it is, I have to agree. Seltzer is not beer, but is it cool or is it okay for breweries to do it? I think so.
It's fine for them to sell it. I think it's the same as selling cider or wine, absolutely. But when they're like pushing these it looks like a brewery makes beer, and then when all of a sudden my feed is like filling up with all these hard seltzers, it's like, this isn't what I want to see. I wanted to see beer stuff.
Yeah, but
like I really want to like hard seltzers because it feels like something I should be really into, but I've yet to be too wowed.
Right.
Honestly, all they do is hydrate meat. They don't even like the 5% alcohol. I'm pretty sure doesn't exist unless you're like 110-pound like woo girl or some shit.
What is a woo girl?
You know, all the girls where you see them, they're out in the public, and then every 5 seconds, they're like, woo!
Oh,
my God, it's my birthday! Woo!
Okay. A woo girl. I shouldn't ask.
I did not know that.
How I Met Your Mother, they brought it's a woo girl. And every 5 seconds, they're like, woo! Yeah, like that's what seltzers are made for. Like 220-pound, 6'4" dudes, not seltzers. However, I'm gonna have a seltzer on next week's episode because it's a special seltzer.
That's another controversial topic.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't too controversial, Hoppy, because everybody agrees with you. So wasn't too bad. Yeah, we can definitely close the results on that one. And I guess I'll go with my first one. And this is not new to anybody. We'll activate the poll in the chat. Fat Tire sucks. Fat Tire has to be one of the absolute worst beers ever brewed, in my opinion. And I know it's not a popular opinion because they sell a shit ton of damn Fat Tire beer. But
just convinced Fat Tire They broke down Jay's door one day, kicked his dog,
Right.
like broke his flat screen TV, and ran away one night.
No, it's not that. It's just that so many people. I mean, a lot of people talk highly about it, but it's like the last beer I'd ever introduce to somebody as a craft beer, because it's just, in my opinion, it is not a good beer. But yeah, that's
It's a good gateway.
you think?
Yeah. Would you
Yeah.
consider like Sam Adams still craft beer, or is that moved past craft beer to Gateway as well? Then, because that's what I consider like those kind of beers would be gateways, right?
Well, Sam Adams is still considered independent, but I don't think New Belgium is anymore because they got bought out by InBev.
Oh, those
All
bastards!
right.
So, I mean, if you're going on that regard, you can look it up on independent beer, the upside down beer bottle, and they'll tell you there's like some rule, like if there's a certain percentage owned by some macro beer, they're still considered independent or craft. But Sam Adams, but they keep like upping the amount that you're, I guess, allowed to brew to still be considered
The
craft.
volume. Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but the
That was
independent
interesting.
page goes big on the percentage of ownership.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Regardless of where they fall in that, it's just horrible beer.
Oh yeah, you've thought it sucked forever.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
the
let's see what
ownership
the
doesn't
let's see what the audience
He's
thinks
like,
on
"I
this
don't
one.
care.
Show
Fat
the
Tire is
results.
awful."
Man, that's disappointing. I guess everybody likes Fat Tire.
I'm okay with it. Like, I don't think I have an issue with it.
Everybody's tires are
wouldn't
fat. Jay's are
buy
flat.
it.
Yeah.
You're
Mine
gonna
are-
roll tonight.
Yeah,
mine,
honestly.
mine
Like,
are
Mash is the
definitely
star,
flat.
and we know it.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Brewwitch, what was another controversial beer opinion?
I'm going to come in strong, and I'm not going
Uh-oh.
to back down on
Like
this
a
one.
barrel age?
No. Oh, my God. Off the screen. Jesus.
Like
Okay. My opinion is that Hellas's are the worst summer beer on earth.
What?
Like, I can't. But like, okay, so Hellas is great when it's like ice cold, super cold. Hellas is a great style. But as soon as it gets any bit warmer, it's miserable. It's horrible. It smells like sewage. Like, it gets so skunked so quickly. It's just like, why would you drink it outside? It's going to go bad in 4 minutes. Like, it's just the worst option. I'm so tired of it being like this.
We shotgun cold ones.
She has it down to a stopwatch timed.
I'm very worried. Like when I go to Chicago, if Brewwitch is taking me to breweries, I'm very concerned.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw a lot of opinions at you. I
I'm
just
in
like,
the corner drinking. Like, oh my god.
but like, let me tell you, I met this friend like a year ago, and suddenly he mentioned something about like Hellas as being weird, like how he went off on them, and then we had the exact same opinion. So I'm not the only one. There's a guy named Andy who agrees entirely with me, so I'm thrilled. I've got like
Andy's
An
just
army
sitting
in
at
my
home, and
corner.
all of a sudden he gets hate mail.
this poor man I haven't spoken to in like 7 months. He'll be like, "What the fuck, Annie?" These people who you're like connected with on Instagram are harassing me. It's like,
It's
I
like,
don't
why
know.
am I getting yelled at by these breweries?
I just like,
Strangers on the internet.
but like, have you ever had a Hellas that you've just been in the sun with for like more than 10 minutes, and it's just kind of like a weird bowl of sewery nonsense? Because that's exactly what it is.
wow.
for me.
Honestly,
That
I don't
I'm
ever really
drinking
drink
Hellas
this style.
lagers with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But now I'm curious.
It goes bad.
But
so
you need-
quickly.
You need an
Maybe I'll go-
Ozark koozie.
Maybe I'll go buy one and
Yeah.
sit in the sun for 10 minutes and then I'll taste it.
I mean, when they're really cold, they're amazing. It's just as soon as they get slightly like cool to warm.
You
Miserable.
went down to 36 degrees from 35. You are now trapped.
Unacceptable.
Well,
How dare
Down the
you.
drain.
well, you'll be
It's just-
happy to know, Brew, that you do have one person that agreed with you in the poll. 20%
That's
agreed,
nice.
80% disagreed.
She's bringing the controversy tonight. Everyone's like,
Cheers
no, yeah, this is wrong.
And like you're the,
rest
real
of us are
ones.
like, no, you're right.
Ride till we die. Like we're in this together.
You got family.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'm kind of on the fence with you because I don't drink Hellas a lot, and I think it's probably because of the reasons you describe. in that they're not very good when they are warm. They do definitely have shifted their flavor profiles a little bit. But interesting take. Hellas are the worst summer beers. Interesting poll results. A little bit more controversial than some of ours, so great choice there, Brew. Let's move on. Let's close this one out. Let's move on with the next one with Mash. Mash, what's your next one?
Oh gosh, maple syrup is the single greatest ingredient that you can put into a beer.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Maple? I've got
really
the poll
strong
result.
opinion.
Or I've got the
Single
poll up.
greatest
Maple is the best addition to
Is that-
beer.
Is that like after the main ingredients?
Like it's the best addition. It's the best.
Okay,
addition.
all right.
Like if you can add one thing into a beer to make it amazing, it's maple syrup above all else.
I mean, I've never had a maple beer that wasn't good.
I
And
guess
I've had
so.
an
I've only
apricot
had like
maple beer.
that sounds good.
Whoa. Maple apricot beer? Like,
That sounds great.
what
Yeah,
was
it
it? Was it
worked.
like a porter?
No, it was I'll have to look it up. It was at Epcot. It was from 81 Bay Brewing, and I was like, well, this will be interesting. I'm just getting a 6-ounce small pour, and it was surprisingly good. It was light colored. It wasn't a porter, and because it was I had never seen a maple beer that wasn't a porter or a stout or like a brown ale.
I just
Nice.
actually ordered my ingredients to make my maple stout. So
Yum.
more to come.
Right, I'm pulling.
Very
it
nice.
up.
What do the people say?
Let's go check out the results.
Oh.
Results are posted. 30% or 60% agree, 40% disagree. Hey,
Wow.
actually 50-50.
This is a win for Canada.
50-50.
and maple syrup and tree tappers across America.
The first one that's 50-50. The results are now 50-50. So that's
Oh,
definitely
what
a
the fuck?
controversial
Lauren,
beer opinion.
I know you just voted.
didn't
and I know
vote.
you just screwed it up.
I didn't vote. I was looking for the apricot maple beer, and it's a fruit ale. I just sent you the picture to see how clear it is.
There's a clear beer.
Oh.
It's neither here nor there.
That's very light. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hoppy, what's your next controversial beer opinion?
I'm not a big fan of barley wines. I feel like they're
yes.
too strong. Even Dogfish Head 120. I didn't love it the first time I tried it. And then I had a friend who had aged one for a few years, and I actually thought it was better when it was aged. But after seeking this beer out and then paying like an arm and a leg to finally get this 12-ounce bottle, I wasn't in love with it. But it does taste better aged. But I haven't had a barley wine that I really like loved or even felt it was worth finishing.
I can agree.
Yeah.
That
I'm
one I
with you on
didn't
that
do a
one.
poll for because that was
Everyone's
a little bit
agreeing
down the
with my
list.
opinion.
But
But this
yeah,
is
that's
this
it.
is one that I feel like people argue about. Like they love barley wine, and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
even when I was running the shop, I would get barley wines in because everyone was talking about them,
So-
and they wouldn't sell. So like, I don't think people
Huh.
actually love them.
I think they
They
just,
just like to
think they do.
pretend.
Yeah, they're like, I love beers. They're like 13%, but I don't think they care.
Let me drink this one that's gonna get me so messed up.
Mm.
See, I love an
It tastes
IPA
like
that high.
gasoline.
Well, see,
Jay, do you
barley
like
wine
them?
is like an occasion drink, right? It's not a beer
Oh,
style that
yeah,
I'm going to
that's
go out and buy
special
for an
occasion.
episode, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm not breaking that open on a Tuesday afternoon and
Fuck
then gonna go
no.
drink more afterwards.
Can't.
Yeah, it's got to at least be a share beer.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Interesting one, though. Interesting one. I'll go on with my my last one that I had picked for tonight. I'm going to say, and it's probably not going to be very controversial here, right? Just because of the crowd that we're in. But domestic beers are really good beers when you get down to it. And I know
It depends.
it depends.
It does depend. So
Like this PBR is fucking solid. That beer is the same beer in all of the dozen breweries that they produce it at.
it's not hard. You just mix some malt and some water and you're good.
That actually is pretty hard.
But
But that's my controversial beer opinion. Domestic beers are actually really good beers when you get down to it. Agree or disagree? I kind of like them because they're solid wherever you have them. I've spent some time in
Like
Asia.
Starbucks.
And one of the things that they talk about over there, at least when you're in the Army, is the Asian Budweisers. They say they taste a little bit different, but they don't taste any different than a regular Budweiser. It's a Budweiser. All the way in Korea, it's the same beer.
Honestly, Miller
So it's
High
like
Life is a
Starbucks.
phenomenal beer.
I was gonna say like PBRs are great when I've been moshing and like getting elbows to the face, and you just go cool off with a quick PBR, and then you dive right back into the mosh pit. I gotta say, pretty good.
Hey, there we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. They're really good beers.
And
And it's the same beer wherever the fuck you're at.
Yeah, I'll drink a Yingling, but honestly, I would take water over a Budweiser these days, and that's
Shut
usually my
the
go-to.
She's
what?
too good for us. I
Happy.
don't go to these
Bite your
events.
tongue.
I don't know.
that
I was at a
require,
wedding a
like-
few years ago. I think I've said this on here. Hey, I'll take Coors Light over Budweiser at this point. I've had Coors Light at a football game in the last couple of years and was like, this isn't terrible. But I had a Budweiser at a wedding in the last few years, and I was like, oh my God, I used to drink this all the time.
To the old NASCAR races, brothers.
Bud Light.
I'm
That's,
okay.
that's fancy NASCAR beer.
I'm okay with Coors as well, though. It's one of those ones that
Ah.
people in this area, I feel like a lot of people in this area liked it because it was kind of the more unique thing when they were growing up.
Cutter
So
mic.
Coors like shows up this. Hey, stop it! You have been very anti my opinions tonight. You're playing in hard.
That's
against
his
me
MO.
tonight.
You get used to it.
Good thing Mash isn't in charge of the studio, or Brew wouldn't get much airtime tonight.
Look,
So-
we love the controversy, just not from you.
Honest.
Let's check out the
Definitely out of
results.
here.
The results on this are actually surprising. I honestly believe that the results are going to be turned upside down from what they are. Results: 80% agree, 20% disagree. That's pretty impressive, and I'm glad we've got some good people with good taste in the chat. Although there is one that clearly doesn't have very good taste in beer.
I didn't vote, I promise.
We had a couple actually before we go on. We did have a couple that were sent in to us. So Corey said earlier that non-alcoholic beers can be well crafted, and Ian said that West Coast IPAs are better than New England IPAs.
Yeah.
Let's do. I'll create a poll real quick. Let's just throw one of those up.
I
Create
think
a
the
poll.
West Coast. Let's get the West Coast versus the New England.
West is greater than, what'd you say? New England
New England IPAs, which
IPA.
I don't know. I'm split on that.
Let's throw this
I
to the
know.
audience. Let's agree.
I agree.
dis-
I love West Coast. I'll take them
Agree.
over like a New England any day. Like,
think
I know
will
that
Take New
100%.
England over anything.
Listen, Brew,
All right,
I
we're
think
gonna
I'm
activate
agree
this
with you on
poll.
this.
Yeah.
Polls activated. West Coast is greater
Fast
than New
and
England
Annie.
IPAs. Let's
Did
hear
it.
you from you.
Because I've been out here on the West Coast and they make some pretty good stuff. Not that New England's are bad or anything, but
No.
I will say
Ian says they're New England's are bathing in pine.
Yeah,
they should be
sure.
there. That's what they're after, right?
No, he likes it bathing in pine.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he meant that New England's are bathing in pine. My bad. Yeah. So West Coast is like bathing in pine.
No, he
Yeah.
likes nice piney West Coast ale IPA.
Yeah.
Ian's the one I went to Austin with,
Ah,
and yeah, he thinks West is the best. He's wrong.
I knew your thoughts on this already. We knew your thoughts.
Yeah, you talk about how you're a hazy boy all the
Everyone
time.
knows my thoughts.
Yeah.
I love the haze.
All right, let's go. Let's check the results. The results are in. 67% agree, 33% disagree.
Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Wow. All right.
Especially that I think that most of our audience is on the East, right? I mean, that's probably a
Yeah.
given that most of our audience is from the
I'm
East.
your only West Coast guy out here.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think right now too, though, we have so many New Englands everywhere and so much East Coast that making it harder to get a good West Coast makes it more in demand just by default.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I
Ian,
agree.
I'm going to send you some West Coast IPAs, brother.
Hey, we're going to follow this
Well, I
up
already
with
told
one
him
of
the West Coast you sent me. I'm going to save to share with him.
Let's follow this one up with another one of Hoppy's. Hoppy, do you remember this one that you put in the agenda? Hazies are better. We're going to activate that poll. Hazy IPAs are better. I'm assuming you mean better than any other IPAs. So let's put this one up, see what the audience thinks on this one since it's along the same lines.
Oh, man.
Well, I had Googled controversial beer opinions, and these were some I came up with. And I like this one because it said hazies are better. You just don't like them because they're trendy.
I'll save my opinion until we get some more results in, but it's definitely one of the, it is a trendy style right now, and it's one of those that you wonder if it'll stick around and last, but we've got a few results in. I think we've got the average number of voters that are showing. Let's show the results. This is interesting. 50-50 right down the middle.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep.
interesting.
And I have to say, I disagree. I like the hazies, but I don't think they're better than the West Coast or the New England, or they're not. I don't know. Definitely not better than the West Coast.
That juice, there's like that sweet citrusy flavor to them.
Yeah.
They are very refreshing. Like if it's a hot day and you really want a beer, they're super refreshing.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Hoppy, are they generally in general, are they lower ABVs than other IPAs?
Hazies tend to be higher because they're a lot of times doubles or triples.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting
But I mean,
style.
that can differ across the board. See, though, whenever people say like the refreshing thing, like for me, like I don't really have an opinion on that. It's like it could be 90 degrees out and I'll get a hot coffee. I could drink a barrel-aged stout at the beach. So that stuff doesn't really, I don't know. I never give that stuff much weight, but I know a lot of people do. I see your face, Matt. I see it.
Iced coffee, even when it's like -30 out.
And let's
Or like you drink
Oh my
cold
God.
water when it's cold out.
We're
What's
gonna-
the difference?
Oh, I drink room temperature water usually.
while we're
my
on
God,
this
okay.
subject,
Water's not-
and so we can
Down to that.
Yeah, while we're on this subject, and so we can close out this topic before we get to beer news, I'll post Hoppy's last one that she had here. Heady Topper is overrated.
I didn't say this. This was a controversial beer opinion.
I disagree.
I've never tried
I don't
it.
think it's
We're
overrated.
gonna throw it out to the masses. What?
I
You've never tried
I did
it?
have one more though.
Brew.
I did have one more.
Yeah, we can get to that too, Mesh. Brew, did you say you've never tried Heady Topper?
Never. Like
Oh.
I've never had it. I've never
Oh.
been in the area to get it, and no one's ever sent it to me. So it's one of those things that people keep on talking
Oh,
about.
we got you.
It's
Yeah,
like
we-
that. and
Got
that
you. None of
Pliny
us have
the Elder.
access to it.
Yeah. What do you
I
mean
know
you got
ways.
me?
But you've never had
I'll have
Pliny
you
either?
know that I could.
I haven't. Like I feel like I haven't really like touched a lot of those like
Wow.
milestone beers, just because like I just haven't.
I could
You're
easily.
in
too
the
busy
area?
drinking
Topper.
gozas in Germany.
Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. Too busy like dumping Hellas's in the summertime. Like I've had a lot going on.
She's just out there like dumping them
Uh.
out. She sees them sitting there on the grocery store shelves and she like grabs them and just
Just-
drops them on
Smashes
purpose.
them.
She's like, "Oh no, they fell off the shelf. Oh darn, they're broken. Oh no,
It's like Big Daddy.
Oh,
The
no,
market's down
can't sell
2
them.
points.
Microsoft went down 10 points."
All right, let's show the results. Everybody disagrees. Heady Topper is not overrated. It's actually a really, really good beer. So I agree
feel like
with the
those are
results.
like the stuck-up craft beer people who kind of like say that just to think they feel cool.
Right. And I
Yeah.
agree. I think
Yeah.
and I think there's a lot of that in craft beer because craft beer is trendy and hipsterish.
Yeah, like that craft
Yeah.
beer exchange, or there's that craft beer vibe page. You see a lot of those kind of opinions because some of the people. That's
I mean,
Yep.
yeah, it is very like trendy, attention grabbing. A lot of it.
yeah.
There was a horrible trend in Ireland for a while where if someone, I don't know if it happened here, but in Ireland, there's this trend where if someone didn't like a beer, they would post a video of them dumping it down the drain. And I
Man.
just, I
Oh,
really
that's
hated
terrible.
it.
That's,
Yeah,
that's a
it felt
great
so
idea.
mean.
That is a great idea. The store up the road has some fat tire. I might have to do that.
Okay.
Mash, what was your last one? Let's get to Mash's last one, and then
Yeah.
we'll get to some news.
So, I'm gonna talk to my sources back home. Firstly, about getting some heady. Second of all, I
Yes.
firmly believe that the non-alcoholic craft beer community has kind of become like a holier than thou kind of community, to where they're like looking down at anybody who isn't drinking non-alcoholic. I say this because some of the posts on that page are like, I won't even hang out with somebody if they're drinking a beer and there's not non-alcoholic. I don't want to drink soda, things of that nature. So I feel like they've kind of not, there's a vocal minority that's kind of grown that, and it's kind of starting to give them a bad name. That's my kind of big opinion that I feel about that community.
Yeah, I haven't. I can see where that would come from, but I haven't noticed it myself. Maybe I just don't follow that trend that much. But it's like anything else. That there is a kind of a health craze behind it. It's kind of like the what's some of the latest health fads? The keto. People that are keto kind of look down their nose at people that aren't keto and
You're not
kind of
vegan.
yeah. Kind of the vegan
I
thing.
don't even understand what keto is. Is that the one that you eat what cavemen eat? Oh, it's
Keto
paleo.
is like high fat. You eat like high fat carb food type stuff. So like it's a lot of like meats, things of that nature.
Cheeses.
But what people don't realize is as soon as you stop keto, you gain all that weight back immediately.
I mean,
Yeah.
I clearly thought keto was the same thing as paleo as well. Like I didn't realize
Paleo
that.
is like a fish
thought they were the
Mediterranean type diet, whereas keto is like a high fat carb kind of diet.
All right.
Isn't that bad?
I think it's like a low carb, high fat kind of deal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of
Aren't
these
all
diets,
diets bad?
you stop these diets and you gain them back right away. That's why just eat healthy, have a balanced lifestyle, and you're good. But I
Agreed.
digress.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't noticed. Has anybody else other than MASH noticed kind of the trend with the non-alcoholic crowd? You can also chime in the chat. We'll get you in the comments. But
It might be because I spend all my life just online and reading shit all the time, and I have no life really. So that might be my problem. Is that you just need to disconnect for 5 seconds, bud.
yeah.
I've
But it's
definitely
like, I live
noticed.
in fucking Idaho, so
I've noticed an increase in the popularity of it, but I think that's also because I'm in a lot of craft beer girl groups, and anytime someone's pregnant, they're posting those.
Oh.
So, but they're not snooty about it. Their comment below it is usually, "I can't wait to drink a real one." But yeah,
Yeah,
it just angers me because there was no good non-alcoholic beer the 27 months I was pregnant.
that's fair.
Yeah, like I'm quite pleased that there's more like low alcohol beers. And like while I don't really drink no alcohol, like I'm quite in
I'm
favor of
super
it.
happy that there's
but I
like
don't-
non-alcoholic options. Like
Yeah, I just don't love like the attitude that some people give. So I'm
and
with you
it's
on
the
that.
same with like the craft beers. Like, oh, you're drinking that. So I mean, everybody has their bad apples.
Yeah, the point is that everyone has a lot of opinions. It's
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
You
Let's
should
go
be
check
As
in
long as
with,
no one's drinking Fat Tire.
yeah, just don't drink fat
End of
tire.
episode.
Yeah. Brewwitch, what you have for beer news for us tonight?
Oh, right. So I wasn't ready for that like transition. Yes.
You got to listen to the music cues.
Yeah, I was not paying attention. So Dogfish Head have released an ice cream, and apparently it's available as of this last week. So they had a beer called Hazy-O, and they now have an ice cream, a lactose-free ice cream called Hazy-O. And so it's made with oat milk, their beer, and apparently has like caramel, cinnamon, coconut flavors happening. It is 5% the ice cream, but it also costs $12.50. So that's where
For a
I'm a
pint?
bit like, yeah, for a pint of ice cream.
Nah,
So for that
no.
pint there in the photo,
Wait,
No, just
it
give me my
it
second
actually has
clue.
beer in it?
yeah,
Like
so
it
there's
actually
beer in
is
it.
alcoholic?
It's alcoholic, and but yeah, that surprised me. It's 5% alcohol because I've seen wine ice cream before, and that was non-alcoholic, but this is 5%. So I am uncertain. I also don't really know how you get it. Like, is it at a grocery store? Do they check your IDs?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Probably.
They do.
Yeah, it's just like buying alcohol.
Oh.
You know?
Is it like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cap says 21 and over.
Okay.
It probably dings when they ring it. Like you can't even
I-
buy
Oh,
spray paint without being
okay.
18 now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
so it's 5%. It costs $12.50. You can they're offering 4 packs of it for something like $50, which I think is
Jesus.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was like, who's doing that? So yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm unimpressed.
Yeah.
I don't think I would bother. Like if someone offered me a bit, I guess I'd try it, but I can't imagine I'd ever.
So we
Buy
we have some alcohol ice cream here, and we've had it for a while. You can taste the alcohol in it, but I'm not impressed. I would just
Okay.
it's not, I haven't had that one. We haven't tried that one, but we do have some ice cream. And we've had it for a while, so that should be telling. If ice cream lasts in the freezer for more than a week, then obviously it's not very good. But yeah, you can definitely taste the alcohol in it. Very interesting. Let's go check in with Hoppy. I think Hoppy's got some beer news as well.
Yes, I got some news. So there's a New York brewery that is teaching people how to play guitar with the cans that they're selling their IPAs in. It's called Single Cuts Brewery. And if you can see in the picture, so these different ones show you different positions, like to put your fingers on, and the cans are actually somewhat raised like guitar strings. And there's a code that you can scan. I don't know how Snapchat works because I'm in my 30s, but you can scan the Snapchat thing, and I guess there's an interactive thing to learn how to play guitar. At first, I thought it was kind of gimmicky. Oh, and the pop top is a guitar pick. So when you pop it open, it's actually a guitar pick you pop it open with, and then you can use the guitar pick. I thought it was a bit gimmicky. And then when I actually went to the brewery website, I've actually had one of these beers. It was at one of the Hop Culture virtual beer fest that they sent me. They mail you the beer, and it was themed like metal, and it was a really good beer. And so the owner is like huge into music. And their ratings on Untappd are very high. The whole brewery in and of itself is rated over a 4. And so I don't think it's just gimmicky after I looked into the actual brewery. But the article, I was a little like, oh, well, they're just trying to sell more cans. But their beer is actually good as well. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Do people still use Snapchat?
I have no idea. I'll have to ask my daughter.
I don't really use it.
All right.
Mash
That's all.
probably.
I was just curious.
I have one, but I just don't really use it. I think it's for like, isn't that like what everyone used to send like nudes back and forth? That's why it was a big thing.
Yeah.
So people figured out screenshots.
Mash, you got some wiener photos on that thing or what?
Look, a little couple cucumber pics here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good
Freshly
one.
picked from the
freshly
garden.
picked cucumbers from the garden. I was actually sending some to people yesterday. I was like, it's cucumber season.
Yeah, for sure. So I've got a little bit of news. Bolton Brewing is taking the screws to a lot of people, man. These assholes are putting help wanted ads on their beer cans. Talk about a one-up in a very tough labor market these days. These guys are knocking it out of the water. They're advertising jobs on their beer cans. As anybody that's in a business knows nowadays, trying to find help is pretty damn tough, and anything you can get up on the competition is definitely worth doing. And these guys have gone to advertising jobs on beer cans. So my hat's off to these guys for thinking outside of the box. I'd love to talk to them and see if it's helped, if they've gotten any replies or any submissions or hired anybody off of it, because I would imagine they probably have had a little bit more feedback and a little bit more response from the average, I guess, Indeed posts that would be out there in the world today. So very interesting, very, very interesting. Mash, you got any social media trends for us tonight?
I mean, there's not really a lot of like trends, just a lot of things that are talking about. So obviously Britney Spears has been granted, like she can get her own lawyer and all that stuff. So she's been just dragging her sister through the mud, which I personally been living for it because her sister left her out. Like her sister was like really shitty to her. So that's a big one. Everyone's like, free my girl, Britney. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Another one is Giannis. So obviously the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA championship last night. Big thing. Shout out to Lucky there, who he is alive. I talked to him today. He is alive. But Giannis drove through Chick-fil-A this morning with the trophies. He was on like Instagram Live. He ordered 50 mini nuggets because he dropped 50 points last night. And he's just acting a fool, kind of good, crazy stuff like that.
It's an interesting thing to do when you get 50
Look,
points.
I do it. Look, I absolutely love.
I mean, most people go to Disney World.
There'll be no hate. Another thing is just the NHL expansion drafts going on right now. So the Seattle Kraken, they're going off. And then Eric Clapton has said that he would cancel any shows if the venue requires attendees to prove that they're vaccinated. So that's kind of what's happening around the social media trends at the moment. And then, of course, it's hot girl summer. So everyone's posting their pictures in the bikinis with the beer. So, but when I do it, it's unattractive. God damn it.
Mash, post one up and we'll share it.
I stick to TikTok, motherfucker.
And Snapchat said nobody can save the wiener pictures.
It's a cucumber, I promise you. It's got flowers and it's crazy. It's green.
Interesting trends. Yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks. I was hoping to get Lucky on here for some parting shots and share some updates because I know he was there That dude was at that game in Milwaukee, Game 6, when they won that championship. And, man, I can't imagine a better basketball game to go to if you're a Milwaukee Bucks fan. So
it was a good game all around. Even if you're not a fan of both teams and just love this, the sport, it was a really good game.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's go check in with Hoppy. Hoppy, parting shots. What do we have to look forward to from Geeks?
Geeks, lots of fun stuff. We're actually recording with Woodland Empire tonight, so that'll be coming out not next week, but the week after. Our anniversary episode will be coming out next week, so we're going to be recording the news portion for that.
Oh, fuck. Anniversary.
Yeah, it's already been a year.
The big
That
one.
is
Oh my God.
awesome.
Happy 1 year.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's our paper anniversary.
Oh my God. And she
Nice.
didn't even get me a comic book. How dare she?
You don't know. It's not. We haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, we just dropped one with Steve Urena on Monday night. He wrote a comic book about killer sloths and also about zombies on a date. And I was at Epcot yesterday. Food and Wine has already started because it starts earlier and earlier every year, kind of like pumpkin beer. It will be going on until November 20th, and I will have a video out in the next week about all the good beer to find there. But actually, some of them aren't even coming out until October 1st. But it's going to be a shit show at Disney October 1st because it's their 50th anniversary for Magic Kingdom, and there's a new Ratatouille ride coming to Epcot. So I will not be going when the new stuff opens, but I will have a video up for Food and Wine. So, and Parish Brewing is there. Ivanhoe Brewing has 3 different beers throughout the festival, and we had them on in October. So they were a guest in October. So I was really excited to see a super small brewery making some waves at Disney. That's always fun. So that's what I got going on.
Man.
Awesome. Got some good things coming up to look forward to. Food and Wine's always exciting. Looking forward to hearing more about that. Brew, parting shots. And any word on this new article that you're setting on about 90%?
Well, my articles are like the will they, won't they that you guys wait for. So, like, we'll see if it comes out. To determine.
Not today? I don't know. Surprise.
Will I bother to, like, log in and edit, like, the one thing I've been waiting on? We'll find out. Like, everybody tune in. Will I turn it out? No. So, like, we'll see. Otherwise, like, I have that brew day that's coming up on Friday. So I mentioned this last week. It's the, like, Workforce Skeleton Key Pink Food Society brew day. So I'll be there on Friday. If they give me Wi-Fi, I'll post things. If not, I'll post things.
Shoot me some pictures or video you take, and I'll put something together.
Yeah, like, I will. I mean, I don't know what else I'll be up to. I'll send you things. Like, we might as well. It'll be cool. Like, I don't really know what to anticipate. They sent an email saying that there's like 15 or 20 of us going, so it'll be cool.
Nice.
So I'll be there on Friday. I'm sure it'll be a great time. And otherwise, I don't know. Like, I'll be in Denver starting Sunday. So if you want to see me, like, clowning around somewhere, that's what I'm up to.
New boo goofing.
Yeah, I'll be busy. So that's what I have going on, and make me write an article, please. Like, make me do it.
I love your shower one. I didn't read that one right away, and when I got around to reading it, I was like, this is really good because it's educational too. It's not just like silly, fun shower beers. It's educational.
I'm glad that, like, my midnight chugging in a shower turned out to be something worthwhile. I'm thrilled. So, yeah, hopefully my next article will be fun. Like, I have no idea. So otherwise, happy to be here. See you guys soon.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And safe travels and have fun Friday. I hope to see or hear something more about that. That should be a good event.
It's going to be rad.
Thank you. And then I forgot to mention this. What I opened up is Hop Butcher. They're another, like, Chicago staple. So I'm drinking Grid. It's a pale ale with Citron Mosaic. So they're one of the crowds that I meant to send you guys, and I just never got around to it. So, like, if I find more, I'll give you more. They're a great time.
Literally 2 months. I'm going to be there in like 2.5 months.
They're a big deal, and they're opening up a new location in Chicago. So if it's open, you have to go. Like, they're such a big deal, and people are obsessed with them. So hopefully they'll be open
soon. They serve beer. Just take me.
Awesome. MASH, parting shots, and what do we have to look forward to from Geeks?
Well, my good friendos. We have a lot. Gonna be repping all of the podcast / bottle share at Boise Beer Buddies Brew Fest next Saturday, July 31st. Gonna be pouring, gonna be walking through the crowds, gonna drink some beer. It's gonna be great. Oh gosh, we have some really great things coming with Geeks. We have some comic book creators that we are fortunate enough to be sitting down with here soon. So like there's one called John Davis Hunt from Valiant Comics is going to sit down with us. We're talking with Woodland Empire after this. It's going to be crazy. And then of course, who could forget that we're going to be at Fan Expo Comic-Con Convention September 16th to September 18th in Salt Lake City. We're going to be there. I say we because we are going to be there. It's happening. It's going to be great. Excellento. Media, press passes, all the shebang.
Excellento. Excelente.
Should know more about the status of the website that after this weekend. I'm meeting up with the individual who's working on it for us. We're going to get on the same page, and hopefully he'll be able to hammer it out here. And we'll have a website soon, so that way more articles will come out, whether it's film reviews, whether it's beer reviews, whether it's beer articles. But just we're living our best lives, man. You know. And as always, go follow Bottle Share, please. Bottle Share on all the good platforms out there. They're going to be in Asheville on Saturday for High Wire Brewing. So if you're in Asheville, get out there and attend that event.
That's right. That's right. Interesting. My wife and I are going to be childless for 10 days, so that might be a trip that we have to take down to Asheville.
Oh.
And definitely please pray for my wife. It's not going to be easy having to deal with me by herself for 10 days, I'm sure. So... Hey, appreciate everybody tuning in. As always, you can follow Hops News on all the social media and podcast platforms at Hops News. Go check out what Lucky's doing. They had a great last episode with the going away party for Big Daddy. He's moving down to my neck of the woods from Wisconsin. We're starting a new job there in South Carolina, just an hour or two away from here. So they're parting ways, as you guys probably know if you've listened to Feeling Lucky. They're a Milwaukee-based podcast, and that's kind of what they focus on. So instead of trying to set up some long distance like we do, Lucky basically kicked him to the curb. So I would expect some changes going on to Feeling Lucky.
Cold-blooded.
But definitely a good episode that they had there, and parting ways with Big Daddy. So go check those guys out. Hopefully we can get Feeling Lucky or Lucky back on an episode here soon. I asked if he wanted to call in. He said he was going to be at dinner. So Lucky's probably still celebrating the NBA championship up there in Milwaukee. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Go grab you a Budweiser or a PBR or a Coors or something tonight and just fucking get hammered.
Cheers, mateys.
All right, guys.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
Wicked fun episode,
Cheers.
kid.
Is that your Idaho
Oh my God.
impersonation
why are you
again?
That sounded a little Idahoan.
Oh, these potatoes are wicked yummy.
I don't even know what the Idaho accent is, to be honest with you. Is it just like some form of like every generic person who yells and makes videos yelling in their car? Is that like their like, let me tell you something here, man?
I don't think we have accents in Florida.
Yeah, I don't know what the Idaho accent is.
I don't think there's an accent in Idaho, but there might be.
I don't really either. I don't know. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Great episode. I got to go pee. Lauren, I sent you the link. I got to grab a beer. I got to make sure the kids aren't killing themselves.